Y'all, so y'all better chill out because we are about to get started. And also, keep y'all snacking very discreet. It's a good way to start the video. I know, but it's like y'all are very like loud about the snacks. They're like, I got Doritos, and they're like loud snacks. Oh, what is that book? Whatever book that is, Chloe? That looks so sweet. That's not a Pokédex, is it? Anyway. Oh, it just okay. Never mind. I thought it was like some kind of. When I was a kid, they had those Scholastic like book orders, and you could get the first 150.
I have the very first Pokédex, and it's like the original. Like it has Charizard, Bulbasaur.
Is it red or is it like yellow with like pink?
I have
green.
the blue one.
Interesting. They had a deluxe version, but even in that first version, they talked about like Mew and Togepi, and like no one even knew about Mew and Togepi, and it was so wild. But that was like probably the best book I read when I was
We were just looking through my brother's stuff, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you want this Pokédex?"
What?
I have my stuff on it.
Nice. Oh my gosh, I love to see the cards. You know, like it just gives me instant nostalgia. That was good. That was really good. If I wasn't a Latin teacher, I would stop and look through all your Pokemon cards right now. But okay, is this the first one of y'all's homework? Okay, this one's not bad. Who can read this one? We're officially getting started, despite the snacking, despite the fact Sarah wants to have who wants to read number one? Him? Good. Who wants to share the translation for this? No? That's okay. That's fine. What do we think the subject is? Bailey, if you had to guess what the subject is, what do you think? Yeah, if I did multi, it's an adjective, but we see multi and multi and stuff a lot as like subjects. Just like mini, right? Mini, something about death, but like I don't know what to do with death yet, so let's keep moving. Mini, etium is just like also or even. I don't know why etium is here, by the way. I should have thrown etium out. It throws me off. Nimbus, I glossed for you. It means too or too much or excessively. And then Terrantor. Chloe, is Terrantor first, second, or third person? Yeah, can you tell what its tense and voice are? That's probably the more important question. Present. Yeah, exactly. Very good. Very good. Present passive. Yeah. So this is like mini what? How should we translate that, Bailey? Mini, not actively terrify, or no, Elena rather. Not mini actively terrify, but mini passive. Yeah, exactly. Very good. Many are terrified. And now what do we do with Morta? What case is Morta, Carly? So Mors, Mortis, so it's third declension. Just that E is going to mean good. So what do we think? Many are terrified. Looks like we need to use our own preposition. Lucy? By death. Or like too terrified by death. And I don't know why. Let's like scratch out idiom and forget it's there. Yeah, so this is one of the more common ablatives that show up without a preposition. And so, yeah, it's kind of a leap for us to know how to use by. This is an ablative of means. But before, when you saw ablative of means in verbs that had active verbs, what did we use? Not by, we used what? Anyone? What preposition did we use instead of by? If it was like many terrify so-and-so, and then there was an ablative, like with a Halloween costume, I gave it away, but it'd be with, right? Do y'all remember that? Like that's a normal ablative of means in a sentence with an active verb. I wrote the letter stylo with the pencil. We just add with ourselves, even though there's no coon. But when the verb is passive, as it is here, we're going to write passive. We're going to be looking for an ablative of means or agent, and the preposition we use to translate those are by. Like, remember, the verb is happening to be passive to the subject. So who's actually doing the verb? Not the many, not the subject, but the ablative of means or agent, if there is one. There isn't always one for a passive verb sentence, but there usually is one. Many are too terrified by death. Okay, it's a good Halloween sentence. I don't know. Any questions on this one? So we have a passive present verb, and we have an ablative of means. So those are the two things that I sensed I needed to help you guys with after the last quiz, which I have those, by the way. I can give them at the end of class. I'll give them an essay. I finalized y'all's grades, and I just kind of exempted everybody who failed the quiz from but 3 or 4 of y'all should not have been exempted because y'all did good. What?
You told us yesterday that you were going to give us the quizzes.
Yeah, I'm just never gonna give y'all the quizzes. I guess. What was I doing last? I got distracted. I guess. Today I would.
You were talking with
Yeah, which isn't up to me, by the way, guys. Like those 9th grade kids come in here and it's like they expect entertainment from me, and I don't have the heart to be like, oh, I'm kind of busy. Like, you're trying to do something else. True story. I hope 10th graders don't watch my videos for some reason. Y'all are cool, but it's distracting. Who wants to read number 2? Beata Memoria, Amicitiarum, Dulcium, Numquam, Delabitur. What's our subject, Keaton?
Question. I think it's friendship, but I don't know.
Amicitiarum, you think, is a nominative? Carly? Probably just Memoria. And what kind of memories, Cammy?
happy memories.
Yeah. So I think I glossed BHs for you guys because I'll never remember BHs. Good. Wait, Andrew, why don't you use your computer though? Why do y'all just go through your life not knowing your password? Just ask Miss Newbert. I'm surprised, honestly. It's like I feel like you would just get the computer out anyway, and then like kind of discreetly surf Instagram or something, and that'd be bad. I wouldn't want you to do that. But I guess I should like walk behind y'all. Oh yeah,
It was spicing up my computer.
and that was the first day, and then like the next day, some kid was like, "Oh, there's an anime
shit.
background."
He should not do that.
But anyway, I mean, I'm all for personalizing things, but I think that was before we had like given you a second. Anyway, happy memories. What case is Amikichi Keaton? It's not nominated. Yeah, so it's happy memories, blank friendship. It's genitive. You know this. Just like your sister, you like to act like you don't know
No, I
the
actually
answer.
don't know the pronoun for it.
For genitive. You don't know what we use for. Okay, I think he's fronting. He knows. Well, I'll ask.
Don't know gender.
Well, Luke, what do we use? Yeah, I mean, maybe memories of friendship. It's Barney the dinosaur, and it's not just friendship; it's sweet friendship. So Keaton, you use of for the genitive. I guess that happens that you guys are so deep in Latin at this point that some of the complex things, like kind of like push out some of the more basic things that y'all learned way back in the 6th grade. Anyway, the happy memory of the sweet friends, plural. You make that plural because they're genitive plural. What? Numquam delabitur. What is the tense and voice of delabitur? Caden? No? Not today?
Wait.
Tense and voice.
Never mind.
Did I say tense and first? I mean tense and voice. Let's have Parker and Carly say it at the same time. They are good. Very good. Yeah. So this GUR part tells us past that we do have. Yeah, we have our chart over there. And the BI tells us future. So it's what? The happy memories, not destroy, but delight. This is from delight, I guess. Is it? No, it is destroy. It's a weird word to use for this. So, but they don't actively destroy. They what? Cammy or Daniel?
I used a race.
Erase it. I like erase. Daniel, how did you actually translate the whole thing? Right. Will not be destroyed or erased. Yeah. Erase is probably good because it's like the first part of the sentence sounds all like lovey-dovey and like happy, and it's like will never be destroyed. It's like okay, wow, that's dramatic.
No, people always.
That would be Simper will always be destroyed. Yeah. No, it's never because Numquam is never. If you didn't know that, maybe you know it now. Yeah.
Would it be friendship?
Friendship. Thank you. Yeah, that'd be like Amicitiarum. This is Amicitiarum. All right. So Andrew, you definitely aren't allowed to make a scene about grapes. Are those grapes?
They're cotton candy.
Oh. I thought they were weirdly colored grapes. They almost look like olives. I love olives. Cotton candy. Okay, so this one, it was number 3. Apparently, I tried to edit a sentence and it is nonsense. Sorry, guys. This really is egregious on my part because you guys struggle enough with Latin as it is. When I'm giving you a nonsense sentence, it wouldn't ever make good sense. That's not Cool. So sorry. Cause like, is this what it looks like on y'all's paper?
Yeah.
So does anyone want to share? Cause like we could translate this. It just would never sound very good. Like there's nothing like grammar breaking about it, but it's weird. Cammy, what'd you get?
That evil console never carried out the ritual. That's what I got.
What is y'all like fully have to stop? This is so annoying. Stop this like zone right here.
She's trying to tell Graper.
Oh, that's crazy. No, just like get over it. I don't care. Like we're in the middle of class. Okay. So okay. Can we say it one more time? I couldn't hear it.
That evil console never carried out the ritual.
That's a good attempt. Parker, what'd you get?
The enemy's console was never carried out by that third war.
So that's what I wanted it to be. I think basically this would be fine if I just made this passive, but it's not actually passive here. So like the way it is here, like that's good because you just kind of maybe like sensed that I wanted it to be passive, which is probably what I wanted. But it'd be like the enemy's council was never carrying out, and then this is where it breaks with that third war. If we just made this accusative, or I had, that would have been okay. They were never carrying out that evil third war. It's not a great sentence, but it like makes sense. But the fact that this is ablative right here instead of accusative, that's where it's like it kind of doesn't make sense. Because we do use gero gerera as the verb that takes war as a direct object a lot, but it's not a direct object here. It's ablative, and that's a problem. But Parker fixed it basically. So the enemy were never waging with that third war. Sounds weird, right? Like we had to have an ablative of means. So this is me trying to fix it. And I'm kind of doing what Parker kind of did, which is the planets of the enemy were destroyed. And then how would we translate illo, tertio, fellow if the verb was passive like it should be? They were never destroyed, and there's something about that third war. What's a preposition we would use for that third war? By. But I need to know that more than just Lucy knows how to use by when we have an ablative means. Y'all know that? So I don't have a note here for it, but I'm going to write it out. Oh, my computer kids. Shout out to computer kids. They're listening right now. They're not throwing grapes at each other. They bring their headphones. So an ablative without a preposition in a sentence with a passive verb. Use by. Okay. The only exception to this would be is if like it is not an ablative of means, if it's an ablative of time when or something, in which case you should be able to recognize it because it'd be like something like at that time, eo tempore. It wouldn't be like by that time. I would say by that time. Like by that time, something happened. Anyway, be ready to use by. If you see an ablative, your verb is passive. That's probably the thing that's actually doing the verb. Y'all know what I mean by that, or do I like lose y'all logic-wise when I say that? Right, Keaton, that the subject isn't doing the passive verb is happening to the subject. So that's why ablative means and agent are important in those sentences, because those are the things that are actually carrying out the action against the subject. I, the teacher, am taught by the other teacher or whatever. I'm still the subject, but the verb is happening to me. So it'd be an ablative that is actually doing the action. All right. If we get to next week and y'all still don't know passive voice and ablative means well, that can be good. Who wants to share what they came up with for this? This is kind of like creative writing. I have mine written, but I'm going to like type out what y'all say and we can just look at them. Let's hear from Keaton and Cammy. Keaton, what'd you give for this? I almost want to get you to come up here and type it, but you said multimoveo what? Like etium. Oh, etium is okay for 2. Well, there's actually something better for 2. Is that what you're thinking? Not igitur. Cammy, what'd you use for 2? Yeah, nimbus that we saw on number 1. And moveo we need to fix, but we'll come back to that. And then what else? Say it again, Keen, after Pecunia. Yeah. I know you mean veritas for truth. So you're close, but we got to tweak the verb. So let's hear Cammy's in a second, but first let's kind of workshop this one. Well, Cammy, what'd you get actually? What was the ending of multi here? Multas. I think we just need to be nominative so we can use a long I or a guess in AE if we wanted to be feminine strictly. Multi. Nimbus. Siphon. Or ob, pecunia, either way. Then. Oh, good. But not very taut Tim. It shouldn't be accusative. Let's delete one letter off of it and make it very taut. And then hopefully you and Keaton were putting macrons over this A, in which case it looks like Cammy's is perfect, but I still want to fix like really the one mistake in Keaton's. Keaton's trying to do a shorter version of this. So it sounded like maybe I misheard, but did you say Moveo? Moveo Tour? Moveo Tour?
I didn't say Nimbus. I heard his wing right there.
Well, I added that, but just like, what was the ending of your verb here? Oh, okay. Well, then y'all are like both right. Like once you added Nimbus, yours is right too. Because yeah, we need our verb. It's like if it's many are who, we need it to be present passive. So we're going to do the third plural present passive ending, which is in the UR. Now I don't know, like that's not a typical Latin word order. We'd probably have the verb for that at the end, which I do in mine. But other than that, Type A is often, Nimbus is to, and then moved by, as long as we have pecunia and veritas. And so that was something both of y'all kind of didn't quite do completely right. Where we need pecunia and veritate to be ablative. And that's what they would look like, ablative. The macron over the A, pecunia, and there's third declension E ending for third declension ablative. That's good. That's good. Honestly, these are, well, if we add a said to Keaton's, I think his is a still correct but slightly shorter way of doing it. Tammy's is a little more like clear. Like many are moved too much, kind of often by money, but not by virtue. Where his is more like many are moved often and too much by money, but not virtue. So he's, what is he not doing? Oh, I see. So actually, Tammy, as correct as your as most of yours was, we really don't actually need ob. Ob is how we often say by. But because this is ablative means, like we just saw in the other two translations, we don't need a preposition at all. We literally just need these to be ablative, and the ancient Roman listener would understand that we would use by in the English translation. As long as they're ablative, they'd be ablative of means. No, you do use a or ob if it's an ablative of agent. Like if the ablative was a person, we would use a or ob probably. We don't really need it here. It's not wrong here, but we don't quite need it. And then anything else? Yeah. So I basically did the same thing. So like many are moved. That's how I start off. Too much, too often. So I'm doing exactly what they did. And then I tweak the word order because it's like, well, ancient Romans usually don't have their verb happening that quickly. So let me move it to the end. And then I did a space randomly there. And then I'm realizing that this is ablative, so it's just pecunia, no preposition needed. And then like, but not. And then like, we don't need to repeat Moventori. We just don't need to. So I put them for veritate. So yeah, basically me, Keaton, and Cammy all agree. We're all in agreement here. Did anybody else do something wildly different, but still maybe feels correct? No? We should do more English to Latin. I think it's fun. I think it's like a different, weird, like, I don't know. It's like totally different than translating.
Way too much work.
I think it feels like almost like more creative than translating in a way. But that's just me. I'm a Latin teacher. Who wants to read this one? Y'all are done reading Latin at this point, aren't you? My ninth graders are too, in that 4-person ninth grade class. They're kind of like, why do you want us to read first? It's like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, thank you. Good, and I guess if it's full ancient Roman pronunciation, it'd be Cicero. For so long, I refuse to believe that. So, what did you get for this? Yeah, good. Because rapietur, nay, like drop the nay off mentally, don't worry about it. Cora, what's the tense? The tense is hard. but the voice shouldn't be tense and voice of Rapiet Tor. From Rapio Rapara, third conjugation, and I was warning you guys about third conjugation. I hate their blank tense forms with a passion. It's where the short E of the long I expands into a longer E. It doesn't have a macron on it, but if you just see an E at all, and you also know the verb is third or fourth, which I'll do a better job of making sure you guys know in the future, you should know that it's not present, but it is not perfect either. That'd be like different. What is it perfect? Is Rapio Rapara just like Rapi? So it'd be like Rapit's name? It'd basically look like present. But what is it, Lucy? It's future, right? That's like one of the big takeaways I want you guys to get from this review week, is that third and fourth conjugation verbs are horrible. And I'll tell you that they're third and fourth from now on. But they get just like E's in their future tense. And an active and passive, they don't get like the BIs that first and second. That's something we learned way back when y'all had Miss Lufkin, Miss Calamine, way back in the day. It's like chapter, I was want to find out because it's coming up for my 1.5 kids. I'm scared of it. They don't have third and fourth conjugation verbs yet. They're going to get it in chapter 8. They get third, and they get fourth. Fourth must be like chapter 10. Yeah, they get it in chapter 10, and then in 11 they get personal pronouns. Then they get demonstratives in 9, and then 12 they finally get the perfect system. So my 1.5 kids they're in for a world of hurt coming up soon. But you guys are in the middle of the book becoming very difficult. Anyway, since it's future, we want to start with Will. What?
For that time, for like a whole week, you should let those computer kids. I mean, they're paying attention right now.
I'll consider it, honestly. Like one day, maybe I'll give y'all like a week off. I was thinking it's like Falcon High. They get like 2-week fall break.
Yeah.
So it'd be weird, but like y'all could become the computer kids for a week, but like maybe not even use computers and just kind of like sit there and be quiet. And you just, I don't know if I understand that, but no, we can do that soon. Maybe when we have that 3-day week, I'll just teach computer kids for just like 3 days, and it'll be great. And then you guys will just sit there reading Harry Potter or like whatever you read. So manga, Death Note, whatever it is. So it's future. So we want to start with Will, like Will, and then our subject turns out to be Cicero. Will Cicero be captured, because it's future passive, not will Cicero actively captured. Will Cicero be captured, therefore, from, and I told you guys, Monibus here is banned. I guess once in a blue moon it's going to be banned and not hand. That's a weird coincidence, isn't it? Like, why? It's weird that they rhyme and they're one letter away, but banned and hand have nothing to do with each other in English. So why would Monis be able to be banned or hand? It's weird coincidence. And then so, this is probably ablative in place from where, but I wouldn't even ask that. Last one, right? I think it's the last one. Okay. Does anybody want to read it? Want to try some Latin pronunciation? Cammy, thank you. Yes, I believe I eliminated any of the difficulty here by taking out any ablatives. Bailey, we're at the end of the class, so I feel like it's like I almost will let it slide. But try not to just read a novel in class. We're almost done, like literally after the sentence. So, but who wants to translate this? But what? Something about grauways. What about gravy? Anyone? Y'all all look like you did your homework. Why aren't y'all sharing your translation?
Because we know it's wrong.
We need Shepard in here so he can be like, I'll share it for every question.
Yeah, because then you can just get carried through the class without answering anything.
Yeah, Shepard.
Phoenix is drawing,
Yeah, Phoenix wasn't really enthusiastic so much, but he would always have a translation, and he was good at vocab. I mean, a lot of y'all are good at vocab. Does anybody want to role play at Shepard? That's actually pretty good. But the serious things or affairs, and I think I even lost Neckway for you guys. Neither probably by. I'm thinking by neither by something nor by something. Guarantor. What is the tense and Who have I not asked yet, or who hasn't answered yet? I did not hear again today. I'm missing a lot. I asked Chloe once before, but Chloe, what sense and voice do you think guarantor is? Yeah, another present pass. I'm throwing a lot of present passes at you guys. So the serious things, what? Let's say carried out or managed is good for this probably. So the serious things are what? So how do we translate this? They don't actively carry out something, a direct object. Let me make them pass. Do we use is, are, am?
Are carried?
Yeah, are carried out neither by, what's this, anyone? Power nor hope, but by, so we have 3 ablatives of, what are they? Yeah, they are ablative of means, right? They're not the first ablative of means that we learned, where it's like I actively do something with something. There are these passive verb ablative of means, where it's I do something is verbed by something. And in this case, it's like not this ablative means or that ablative means, but by that ablative of means. And you see, I don't even repeat by the 3rd time, but it probably is a good idea to repeat it the 3rd time. But you don't have to. Any questions on this one? All right. Okay, y'all are off the hook. Please don't talk. Y'all are only allowed to do like 1 grape throwing disruption while I teach 1.5. 1.5, earbuds out. Let's check at least the first 2 sentences. But yeah, I give 1.5 kids a hard time for their grape outbursts, but they really only had 1. I know. Okay, computer kids, your phone's out. Who can read the number 1? Adrian, Andrew, Sadie, Melissa. Who wants to read number 1? You can go ahead. Good, very good. Now you don't distract Andrew.
Andrew's 1.9.
He's 1.96 kind of, but right now he still is.
It's still recording.
That's true. I don't need to. It's not really a big deal, but it's like more stuff to upload later. So, what's the case of Secundus Literos 1.5 kids? They clearly go together. So,